This is another SudokuPrimer video. Go to SudokuPrimer.com for more techniques, and there's now an index out there of all the videos on this channel with a list of the different techniques you can see in each video. So go to SudokuPrimer.com for that index and for more information about Sudoku. This is puzzle number 89. It's a diabolical puzzle from Sudoku to Go, volume 101 by Soap Opera Digest. And this is going to be another pseudo quiz where I fill in numbers and then I'll explain how I got that number after I fill it in. That'll give you a chance to look at it and see if you can figure out where those numbers came from. Some of the numbers will be pretty obvious, and some may be pretty obscure, pretty hard to see. So, but I'll explain each one as I go. Okay, starting out, we got a 1 and a 6 right in the middle there. And the way I found those was we've got an offset pattern here. We've got a 4 and a 9 in this row, so therefore these are 4-9 twins, and only two numbers left for this square are 1 and 6, and there's a 1 there, so they fit there. We can't solve the 4 9s yet, so we'll just leave those. There's a 2 there, and that is because there are 4, 6, and 7 in this column here, and there are only 3 empty cells outside of this column in this square, so they have to be 4, 6, and 7. Therefore these numbers are 2, 5, and 9, and so these are ghost 2s, and there's a 2 here and there's a 2 here, so that's a 2. And we can just fill this 2 in here now too. We got a 2 here and a 2 here and a 2 here and a 2 here, so we know that's a 2. Okay. Got a 6 right here, which should be pretty easy to see. We've got a 6 and a 6 in these two columns, so that's the only place 6 can go in that square. Got the same situation here. 6 here, 6 here, so that's a 6 right there. Okay, the 4 there. Got a 4 here and a 4 here, so one of these is a 4. And we filled the 6 in here, but we have 4, 7 twins here because we had 4, 6, 7 triplets there. So there's ghost 4s here, a 4 there, and a 4 there, so we know that's a 4. That one's pretty easy. That 7's there already, so that's a 7. one's pretty straightforward for a diabolical puzzle. We've got an 8's there, so one of these two has to be an 8, and we have an 8 there already. Same with that. 8, 8, 8, so that's an 8 there. Again, we got another 8 there. Got an 8 here and an 8 here, so one of these is an 8, and there's an 8 there. And then this is the same. 8, 8, 8. And that will complete our 8s here, except, well, no, we've got one more right here. Got an 8 here, and an 8 here, 8 here, and an 8 here. Okay. So that one's pretty straightforward. We've got a 1 here, so therefore we have a 1 here. Okay, we've got a 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, and 9 here, so there are only 1 and 3 left there, and there's a 3 here, so the 3 had to go there, the 1 had to go there. A 3 here and a 3 here, so one of these is a 3, and there's a 3 there. There's a 1 here, and a 1 here, and a 1 here, so that had to be a 1. Okay, we found a 9 here because the only 3 numbers left were 6, 7, and 9, and there's a 6 and a 7 here. 6 and a 7 there, so that's a 9. Okay, those should be obvious based on what I just said. We had 6 and 7 left, and there's a 6 there. Okay. There's only, I think that's the only 6 that was left in the puzzle. Okay, so we had a 6 here and a 6 here, and we had a 6 there and a 6 there, so that's a 6. Okay, now things are going to start getting a little tricky here, I think, because we've got a 4, 7 there, 2, 5, 9, 5, 7, 9 there. I don't think we can solve any of those. We've got a 3, 5, 9 here. So these are 3 5s and 3, 5, 9s. So we can't solve those. We've got 2, 3, and 5 here. So 2, one of these is a 2. Okay, we can put that in. We've got 3 5s here, 4 9s here. we don't know where the 4 and 9 go here. We've got a 9 here and a 9 here that don't help. We've got a 4 here, so one of these is a 4. And one of these is a 4, and one of these is these are 4 7s. Got 7 here and a 7 here, so one of these is a 7, therefore one of these is a 7. So we're kind of running out of things to do here. One of these two can be a 1. Okay. You may see a number or two here, and you're probably yelling at your computer right now, trying to get me to wake up. But nothing real obvious to me right now, but I do know that this right here is a 1. Now, how did I know that? Well, let's see. We got this row right here, and we've got what's missing. 1, 3. Okay, before I put this 1 in, it was missing 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. Well, we know these are 4 7s here. So we got 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. So that's a 5, 9 right there. Okay. Right here we've got 1, 3. This can't be a 4, and the reason that can't be a 4 is because we've got a 4 7 twins here, and we've got a 4 here, so one of these has to be a 4. So in this square, the only place a 4 can fit is one of these two cells right here. Another way to look at it is there's a 4 here, so that can't be a 4. There's a 4 here, so that can't be a 4. So the 4 has to be here and here. So we have 4 7, and these are 2 5 9, and we got a 2 here, so that's 5 9. So 4 7 5 9. This right here is a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 3 5 or 9. And this one is a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 3 5 9. So we have triplets right here. Okay. 5 9 3 5 9 3 5 9. And this was a 4 7. And so what's left? We have 1 4 and 7 left. So this is a 4 7. This is a 1 4 or 7, and this is a 1 4 or 7. We've already got a 4 here, and because there's a 7 here, that can't be a 7. This can't be a 7 because that 7 is there. So these are ghost 7s right here. So we have a 4 and ghost 7s, so we know that's a 1. So now we know that that's a 1, and therefore this is a 1. And therefore this is a 1. Okay, now let's see. What do we have left here? Let's look at this row right here. 4 5 9. 4 5 9. So this is a 5 or a 9. This is a 4 or a 9. And this is a 4 or a 5. So we can't do anything with that. Let's look at this row. 5 7, 5 and 7. We know one of these is a 7. So these are 4, 5, 7s. 4, 5, 7. So we can't do anything with those. Can't solve these right now because they're 5, 7s. And these are 4, 9s still. Okay, and this is 5, 7, and 9. There's a 5 there, so 7, 9. There's a 9 there, so 5, 7. 7 there, so 5, 9. So we can't really do anything with those. What do we have here? 3, 4, 5. There's a 4, 5 there. There's a 4 here, so we know neither of those could be a 4, so that's a 4 right there. Therefore, we know that's a 4. I'm kind of changing a little bit from pseudo-quiz mode to just kind of talking as I go, but it should start getting more obvious now what we need, what's left. Okay, remember the 4, 9 twins that we found right at the beginning? With this 4 we can finally fill those in. We've got a 9 there because of these two 9s. Okay, put the 7 and 5 here because there's only 5 and 7 left in this square, because there are only 2 cells left, and there's a 5 there, so those are pretty obvious. Then we had a 5 and a 5 here, so that 5 goes there. We have a 7 left over here. Should be able to fill this number in. It's a loner cell. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 1, 9, 8, 1, 9, 8. So that's a 9. What do we have here? Is a 3, 5, 9? Is that right? 3, 5. 3, 5, 9, and there's a 9, so that's 3, 5. And this is 3, 5. So we have 3 and 5 left here, and 3 and 5 left here, and 3 and 5 left here. Okay, we got a 9 and a 9, so that's a 9. So these are all 3 5s right here. As soon as we find one, we'll get the rest of them. Okay, remember our 4, 7 twins? There's a 4 here now, so we can fill those in. And these are 2, 5, 9, and these are 3, 5, 9, right? I'm sorry, 5, 9, 3, 5, 9, 3, 5, 9. And there's a 4, so this is a 7 now. Because we had 1, 4, 7 triplets left after we found these 3, 5, 9 triplets. 5 and 9 right there, there's a 5, so that's a 9 and a 5, and now we have got a 9 here and a 9 here, so we know this is a 9, so these are 3 5s also now, or I'm sorry, this is a 5 9 and that's a 3 5, because these are 3 5 9s. So I got a 3 5. I don't think we can solve those yet. 3 5s. 2 and 9 left here, and there's a 9 there, so 2 and 9. Okay, this might be the breakthrough we've been waiting for to get all these 3 5s down here, because we've got a 2 and a 9 here, so that's a 5. So this is a 3, and so this is a 5, and this is a 3, 5, 3, 5, 3. So we've finished all those, and now we just have a 2 left here, and 4, 5, 4 and 5 left here. There's a 5 there, so that's a 4, and that's a 5. Okay. So that one got a little bit tricky. There was a point where we were almost stuck until we found these, if you remember, we found these 3, 5, 9 triplets here. And once we found those, we were able to find this one, and then we filled in these 2 other ones, and that was the breakthrough we needed to finish up this puzzle. Well, thank you for watching. Be sure to, if you want to look for specific techniques or specific tricks, you can look on SudokuPrimer.com. Some of the tricks are out there now, and I'm putting more on as almost on a daily basis. And there's also the video index where you can search for different videos based on techniques you want to learn more about. I'll talk to you again soon.